Welcome to the learning classes. We are discussing exercise questions of motion in straight line. Yesterday we completed level 2 questions. So today we'll start level 3. The first question of level 3. An express train is moving at a 30 meters per second reduces the speed to 10 meters per second in a distance of 240 meters. If the braking force is increases by 12.5% in the beginning, then find the distance travelled before coming to rest. So in this question, initially, what is the velocity with which the train is moving? So initial velocity u1 is equal to 30 meters per second. Okay? Now the speed is reduces to final velocity will be given by, so that is of 10 meter per second. 10 meter per second. So here distance given as, so s1 is given as 240 meters. 240 meters. Okay? So initial acceleration not given. So let me go. First distance is s1. So initial acceleration can I call? Let us suppose it is of 100. I will take it as 100. Let us suppose. Now what they are asking us to calculate is if the acceleration is increases by 12.5%. In the another case, so initial velocity u1 is equal to 30 meters per second. But they are asking us to calculate what is the distance travelled before coming to rest. Coming to rest means v value 0. So what about acceleration a2? Acceleration increases by how much percentage? 12.5%. Initially I taken acceleration how much? 100 meter per second square. Now final acceleration will become how much? So a2 is equal to a1 plus, so 12.5 already taken. So this is of 100%. So 100 plus 12.5. So then what I will get? A2 value is equal to, so what I get? 112.5 meter per second square. Okay now what I want to calculate is what they are asking us to calculate. What is the distance travelled is how much? According to the third equation of motion, v square minus u square is equal to 2x by using this equation. So first time what is the velocity value? So velocity, final velocity 10 square minus 30 whole square is equal to 2 into a1 value 100 into s1 value. So s1 value is given as 240. Clear? Similarly for the second time, what about the velocity? Final velocity is 0. Initial velocity is 30 whole square is equal to, so 2 into acceleration value how much? 112.5 into distance value we want to calculate. So the distance value is, so can I call it as equation 1? Can I call it as equation 2? Now which value I want to calculate? I want to calculate the value of s2. When I divide equation 2 with equation 1, 2 divided by 1. So what will get the answer? Minus 900 divided by how much? So because 0 minus 30 whole square 900. By this side, so minus 100 minus of 900 will be equal to how much? So this side is 2 into, so this is 112.5 into s2 divided by how much? 2 into 100 into s1 value how much? 240. Clear? Which is the unknown value? The unknown value is s2 value only we want to calculate. Then what we will get here is, so 900 divided by 800. Minus minus cancel, which is equal to, we will multiply later. So 2 into 112.5 into s2 divided by, so 2 into 100 into h1 240. Then what about s2 value? Here 0 0 is cancels. Then what I get? s2 is equal to, so s2 is equal to, here 2 2 also cancel. Then what I get? 9 into 100. 9 into 100 divided by which one? By 8 into, so 112.5 into which one? 240. Then what I get here is, so s2 value is equal to, so s2 is equal to 9 into 100 value 900 divided by 8 into 112.5 value. So that is also equal to 900 into which one? 240. So therefore, what is the answer of s2? s2 value is equal to 240 meters. Okay? Question understood now? So s2 value is equal to 240 meters. What is s2? From the starting, if the acceleration value increases by 12.5%, then what happened to the distance travelled? when acceleration increases by 12.5%, so the distance traveled by the body before coming to rest, so that value will be of 240. In this question, you don't think here also 240, here also 240. Actually, this is the distance traveled for velocity to become 30 to 10. Whereas S2 is the distance traveled for the velocity to become 30 to 0. So why you travel lesser distance means acceleration value increases. So when you want to calculate the acceleration value, so here I can consider A1 is equal to 100 meter per second square, then A2 is equal to, it is increases by 12.5%. If I consider A1 value in terms of percentage, then I will get A1 value and A2. Understood now? So this is the first question. We will continue next question. Second question. So whatever this question is, particle moving with the uniform retardation covers a distance of 18 meters, 14 meters and 10 meters in successive seconds. Then it comes to rest after traveling how much distance? Particle is executing which motion? Uniformly retarded motion. So second question. Uniformly retarded motion. 18 it covers a distance of 18 meters, 14 meters, 10 meters in successive seconds. So can I call first distance S1 is equal to 18 meters in a time of t1 is equal to 1 second. So S2 value is equal to 14 meters in a time of t2 value is equal to 2 seconds. Similarly, S3 is equal to 10 meters in a time of t3 is equal to how much? So t3 is equal to 3 seconds. Why I taken 1, 2, 3 and they are not mentioned time, they are telling successive intervals of time. So when I take first time 1 second, the second time 2 seconds and third time 3 seconds. So here initial velocity value not 0. They ask us to calculate what is the further distance the body will travel before coming to rest after covering 10 meter distance. So to calculate the distance value first, let me calculate which one acceleration value. So in uniformly retarded motion we derive it. So A value is equal to S2 minus S1 divided by T2 minus T1. I discussed this. So S1 and S2 is the distance traveled in nth and nth second of its journey. So what is the acceleration formula? Sn minus Sn divided by m minus n. So then I can write S2 minus S1 divided by T2 minus T1. So what is the value? 14 minus 18 divided by 2 minus 1. So what will get the answer is minus 4 meter per second square. This minus sign is indicating motion is uniformly retarded motion. So I calculated acceleration. After getting acceleration, I want to calculate initial velocity. To calculate the initial velocity, I will take S1. S1 is the distance traveled for a time t1 second. So S1 formula, S1 is equal to u into t1 plus half into a into t1 square. Can I write down? So from this what I will get S1 is equal to S1 value already I know. Now I want to calculate which one u1. So S1 is equal to how much of 18 is equal to u into t1 value 1 second plus so half into a value how much of minus 4 into t square value how much of 1 square. So 2 is then what I will get the answer for u is equal to u value is equal to how much I will get that is 18 plus 2 that is 20 meters per second. This is the initial velocity of the body. After calculating initial velocity, let me calculate distance traveled before coming to rest. When a body moving with a velocity uniform 20 meters per second with a uniform retardation of minus 4 meter per second square. So what is the distance traveled by the body before coming to rest? I want to calculate S value. So to calculate S value, v square minus u square is equal to how much of 2 into e. Then what will get S value? 0 minus u square value 20 whole square divided by how much? 2 into a value minus 4. So then what will get S is equal to S value is equal to minus 400 divided by how much? Minus 8. Then what will get S value? S is equal to 50 meters. But so S value is equal to 50 meters. But 50 meters is the not answer. Actually 50 meters is the total distance travelled from the starting. They are asking us to calculate what is the further distance travelled after 10 meters. What is the further distance travelled before coming to rest? So what is the further distance travelled? Further distance travelled before coming to rest. So how can I calculate the distance is given by from the total distance. So I can subtract S1, S2 and S3 distances. Clear now? S minus S1 plus S2 plus S3. Why subtracted? To calculate the further distance from the total distance, already covered distance is subtracted. So what I will get the value here is of 50 minus of, so what about the sum of these two? 18 plus 14 plus 10. So that will be of 40. How much of? Minus of 40. Then what I will get answer is of 8 meters. 8 meters is the further distance travelled after covering a distance of 10 meters. The further distance travelled by the body before coming to us is 1 by 2. Understood now? So this formula already we derived this. A is equal to S2 minus S1 divided by T2 minus T1. So this is second question. The next question. Question number 4. In this, 4 particles A, B, C, D initially at the corners of a square of side given it as D. Every person started moving with the same speed V such that each one faces the other always. So the person will meet after a time. Actually this question is based on the relative velocity. A relative velocity concept you will come to know in the next chapter. So but this question we will discuss now. They given one square. So what about the square? Side given it as D. 4 persons are located at 4 corners. So let me call the corners are given by so A, B, C, D. Each and every person is moving towards the other person. So this person moving towards here, this side, and this side, and this side. So with the velocity they given it as V. What is the velocity? So they given it as V. They are asking us to calculate. So what is the time after which they will meet? To calculate the time, so relative velocity. When 2 or more bodies are in motion, so we can consider the relative velocity. So I am writing the formula. The time after which they will meet. Time is equal to. So what is the initial separation between the persons? Initial separation divided by relative velocity of approach. Relative velocity of approach. Generally, you know, time is equal to distance by velocity. So distance is nothing but what about the square side given as D? So what is the separation between the any two persons? That is 1 by D. Initial separation. What is the relative velocity of approach? Because each person is approaching towards other person. What is the relative velocity of approach? So relative velocity only we have written. What is relative velocity? Velocity of one body with respect to another body. The relative velocity concept you know. Okay? So then, what is the initial separation given by? Initial separation is by what is the relative velocity of approach? So when I consider, for example, I will call this is the first person and here it is the second person. So first person is going with the velocity v, second person approaching the first person with the velocity v. So this is the velocity of which one on second person. Now, can I resolve the velocity of second person in the direction of first person? So what about the velocity component is given by? Here two velocities are there. So one velocity of the first person is given by v. The second velocity of second person is given by it is also v. What is the velocity of the second person in the direction of the first person? So resolving the velocity into components. If it is v, so this component will become v into cos theta. V into cos theta. Understood? So what about the theta value here is equal to theta is equal to 90. So now v and v cos theta both are in the same direction. What is the formula for relative velocity? V minus v into cos theta. V minus v into cos theta. Understood now? So what is theta value here is? So d divided by v minus v into cos 90. So what is cos 90 value? 0. So what will get the formula? D divided by, so v minus this value 0. So answer is given by d divided by v. Question understood now? A relative velocity is the velocity of one body with respect to another body. To calculate the time taken, you have consider the relative velocity. By using the relative velocity only, we calculated the time. So for example, here they given square. We can write, for example, a if there are n particles are located at n corners of a polygon, each particle is approaching towards other with a velocity v. If they ask you to calculate what is the time after which they will meet, so that time we get general formula. So Vd divided, so initial separation is d by v minus v into cos 2 pi by n. So total angle in the polygon is given by 2 pi and number of sides are given by n. So that value is 2 pi by n. General formula also given. So this is the question based on which one? No? Relative velocity. Question number 4. So next question. Question number 6. In this question, this is also based on the relative velocity. So velocity of one body with respect to another body. There are two cars are given. So two cars they are mentioned. Let me call here first one and here the second one. Okay, two cars 1 and 2 starting from the rest. Both are initially from the rest only. U1 value, U2 value is equal to 0. Clear? With a speed V1 and V2 such that V1 value greater than V2. So car 2 ahead of car 1 by a distance S. So this is 2 and this is 1. So this distance is given as S. Car 1 is going with the velocity with the speed V1, whereas the car 2 is going with the speed V2. Okay? So car 2 is ahead of car 1 by a distance by S meters. Now what they are asking us to calculate is, so what is the minimum retardation should be given to the car 1 to avoid the collision. So what about the final velocity of first car V1 and V2 or the final velocity? Since both the cars are, but here one point what they given is, car 2 is ahead of car 1. Sorry, this is 2 and this is 1. So what is the minimum retardation? But this value of V1 and this value of V2. So they are telling that V1 value is greater than V2. Then what happens? So what is the minimum retardation that should be given to the car 2 in order to avoid the collision? So when V1 value is greater than V2, two cars are in motion. What is the final relative velocity of both the cars which are moving in the same direction? That is given by V1 minus V2. What is the distance to be covered? That value given by S. Now what I want to calculate? So distance value S only. I want to calculate what is the retardation A value. To calculate the retardation using the formula V square minus U square is equal to 2 into A into S. So what is the value of A given by? A is equal to V square minus U square divided by 2 into S. But here what I needed to consider, since both are in motion, so we needed to consider relative velocity. So final relative velocity whole square minus initial relative velocity whole square by 2 into S. What is the final relative velocity whole square value? V1 minus V2 whole square. Initial relative velocity since U1, U2 0, U1 minus U2 0 only. So V1 minus V2 whole square divided by 2 into S. Question understood now? So we want to calculate. So what is the deceleration, retardation that should be given in order to avoid. So what is the minimum retardation should be given to the car 1 to avoid the collision. Understood now? So this is also based on the relative velocity. Why are written the final relative velocity V1 and V2? So relative velocity concept you know already. We will discuss in detail also. When two bodies are moving with the velocity V1 and V2 in the same direction, so relative velocity given by V1 minus V2. If they are moving in the opposite direction, so relative velocity given by V1 minus V2. Understood now? So this is the relative velocity. Question number 6. Next question. Question number 13. Meanwhile, so after completion of the 6th one, let us see the 13th. In this question, what is given is the relation T is equal to root 3x plus 6. It describes the displacement of a particle in one dimension where x is in meters, t is in seconds. The displacement when velocity is 0. They given the relation between the time and displacement. What is that relation? 3t is equal to root 3 into x minus 6 is equal. They are asking us to calculate what is the displacement when velocity is 0. So first I want to calculate what is the time after which the velocity is 0. Then we can calculate obviously displacement. So to calculate the time, what I am writing is root 3 into x value is equal to 3t plus 6. Can I square on both sides? 3 into x is equal to, So this is root 3t, root 3x is equal to, sorry, here they given plus 6. Then what I will get here is minus. Then squaring on both sides, what I will get 3t minus 6 whole square. Clear now? Then what I will get 3 into x is equal to, so this is of 9t square minus 36 into t plus 36. Clear now? So 9t square, 6 whole square plus 36 minus 2 into a into b. So 2 into 3, 6 into 6, 36 into t. Now I want to calculate the velocity. To calculate the velocity, differentiate. So with respect to x, differentiating both sides with respect to time. dx by dt we want to calculate now. So what I will get 3 into dx by dt is equal to, so d by dt of which one? d by dt of 9 into t square minus 36 into t plus 36. Clear done? Then what I will get here? I will get 3v is equal to, so why 3v? dx by dt value is velocity. So what is 9t square? Derivative formula you know. Derivative of x power n formula n into d power n minus 1. Derivative of t square is 2t. Derivative of t is t only. Derivative of constant is 0. So then what I will get which is equal to 18 into t minus 36. Minus 36. But they given for v is equal to 0 because they are asking when velocity is 0 what is the displacement. When v is equal to 0 then what I will get 18 into t minus 36 is equal to 0. From this what I will get 18 into t is equal to 36. Then t value is equal to how much? About 2 seconds. So what is the time after this? The velocity will be 0, 2 seconds. Now I want to calculate what is the displacement for 2 seconds. For calculating the displacement, so this is the equation we need to use. Displacement we want to calculate. Now calculate the displacement for 2 seconds to calculate for t is equal to 0. For initially time is equal to 0. So what is the initial displacement value when I substitute t is equal to 0 in the first equation? When I substitute the t is equal to 0, so initial displacement value can I call x1. 3 into x1 is equal to how much I get 36. From this x1 value is equal to how much? About 12. So x1 is given the telling in meters, so 12 meters. What is x1? Initial position of the ball. Now for t is equal to 2 seconds. For this value t is equal to 2 seconds. What is the displacement value? Can I call for t is equal to 2 seconds? The displacement is position is x2. 3 into x2 is equal to, so 9 into 2 square. 9 into 2 square minus 36 into 2. So plus what will get plus 36. From this what will get the value will be given by 3 into x2 will be equal to, so that is of 36. 36. Correct? 36 value will be 36 minus, so this value of 72 and plus 36. Clear? So what about the 3 into x2 value? 3 into x value. So x2 value for t is equal to 2 seconds. So here what do we get? 9 into t square. 9 into t square is 2 square. So that is 2 square is nothing but 4. 9 4s are 36 minus 36 into 2. So 36 into 2 there what do we get? So that is the 72 plus 36. So what will get the answer here is x2 value will be equal to 0. Correct? Plus 36, so 36 is 72 minus 72. So that value will be equal to how much? 0. Now what is the displacement value will be given? Modulus of magnitude of displacement given by x2 minus x1. So what will get x2 minus x1 value is equal to x2 minus x1 value given by 0 minus x1 value how much I got? I got x1 value is equal to, so 12. 0 minus 1. So what about s value is equal to 12. Question understood? So in this what they are asking us to calculate what is the displacement value when velocity is 0. Velocity becomes 0 after 2 seconds. Then calculating the displacement value. Okay. So this is question number 13. So next question. Question number 14. So in this 14th one, what they are asking is acceleration of the particle is increasing linearly with the time t as dt. The particle stands from the origin with the initial velocity v0. The distance traveled by the particle in a time t dt. So in this 14th one, they given acceleration. Acceleration of the particle increasing with the time according to the relation a is equal to b. They are asking us to calculate what is the distance traveled in a time t. Initial velocity they given it as v. Okay now. So now acceleration, instantaneous acceleration can be also written as dv divided by dt. Rate of change of velocity nothing but the acceleration. So dv by dt is equal to b into t. Then from this dv is equal to b into t into dt. Can I write up? Now applying integration on both sides. Integration of dv is equal to integration of dt into dt. Can I take the integration limits of initial velocity v0, final velocity v. Then here initial time 0, final time is t. What is integration of dv value? Integration of dv is nothing but v. So with the limits are given by v0 to v. Here is equal to b is constant. What is integration of t into dt value? Integration of t into dt. I will write in the next step. T into dt. T power nothing is there means 1. What is integration of x power m into formula? Integration of x power m into dx is equal to x power n plus 1 divided by which one? N plus 1. So use that relation for calculating integration of which one? T value. Then what I will get? So here v value. V of limits are given by v0 to v. So you know that now y integration of dv is equal to v. Derivative integration both are reciprocal. So both will cancel. Then v0 to v is equal to here what I will get? V into. Can I apply the formula? So t power 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1. So what I will get? V into t square divided by 2. What are the limits are given by? So limits are given by 0 to t. After substituting the limits, upper limit minus lower limit, what will get the answer? V minus v0. V minus v0 is equal to, here directly I will write 1 by 2 into v into t square. Okay now? So from this what will get the value of v is equal to v0. V is equal to v0 plus half into v into t square. They are asking us to calculate which one? Distance traveled. To calculate the distance traveled once again. So v is the instantaneous velocity. So velocity can be also written as ds divided by dt. Then ds divided by dt is equal to v0 plus how much I get? Half into v into t square. Understood now? Now I want to calculate which one? S1. So I will write the remaining part here. Okay? So S1. To calculate the value of S, what is the equation we got? ds divided by dt. ds divided by dt is equal to v0 plus half into v into t square. Right? Then ds is equal to v0 into dt plus half into v into t square into which one? dt. Again can I apply integration on both sides? Integration of ds value is equal to integration of v0 into dt plus integration of 1 by 2 into v into t square into dt. So what are the initial what about the here also if you want to write you can write the limits. So limits are given by 0 to s. Here time given by 0 to t. Here time given by 0 to t. Then after simplification, what is the integration of ds is given by s? Writing directly. Limits also x minus 0s. So here v0 is constant velocity. So what is integration of dt value? T plus half into v into t is constant. Half into v is constant. What is integration of t square value? So that is given by t cube by 2. By using the formula integration of x power n is equal to x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. By using that formula we can write. Understood now? So then what I get? S value is equal to s is equal to v0 into t plus how much? 1 by 6 into b into t. So this is the distance traveled by the body. Which option? So option number third one, v0 into t plus 1 by 6 into v into t. Understood? So for this chapter compulsory motion in a straight line, compulsory we needed a differentiation and integration. So basic formulas of differentiation and integration already in bridge class process. So we have discussed. Once you have to go through the differentiation and integration. So this is the question number 14. Next question. So question number 15. Question number 15. Important question. So this problem can be solved by using a graph and without using as a graph. We will discuss the question by using the graph. You can solve easily. A car is accelerated from rest at a constant rate of alpha for some time. After which it deaccelerated at a constant rate of beta. Here it is beta. And comes to rest. If the total time velocity is given by t, then what is the maximum velocity acquired by the car? Okay, what they are asking us to calculate is car accelerated and deaccelerated. Okay, and uniform. So we know. Let me discuss the question based on the graph. So I will draw plot velocity and time graph. Whenever motion is uniformly accelerated motion, we know the velocity is a straight line, graph is a straight line. So that we know that now what happened? Initially car started from the rest. Initial velocity is 0. Car accelerated uniformly. So that acceleration given it as alpha. Let us call the car is accelerated for a time t1 seconds. What is the acceleration value? Is alpha. What is the initial velocity of the car? 0. What is the maximum velocity of the car? Can I call that maximum velocity is V max? Okay now. Then thereafter car deaccelerated until it will come to us. So what is the deacceleration value given it as beta? For a time interval can I call t2? So one is for t1, other is for t2. Total time elapsed given it as t. Now what they are asking us to calculate? What is the maximum velocity of the car? Okay now? So now we know that what is the formula for acceleration alpha? Change in velocity per time. What is the initial velocity? 0. Final velocity V max. So what will get the V max minus 0 divided by what is the time t1. So from this what will get alpha is equal to V max divided by t1. So what is the value of t1 is equal to V max divided by alpha. Clear? V max divided by alpha. Anyhow we know slope of the wavy graph gives us acceleration. Slope is nothing but y coordinate by x coordinate. So alpha is equal to y coordinate value V max, x coordinate value t1. Then t1 is equal to V max divided by alpha. Similarly for retardation, what is the uniform retardation? Beta. For this beta, so what is the beta value? Opposite side divided by, so that is given by slope. Slope is given by y coordinate by x coordinate. So then what is the similarly what we can able to write? So beta value is equal to V max divided by t2. From this what will be t2 value is equal to t2 is equal to V max divided by beta. Clear? Now what is the total time of journey given it as? T is equal to t1 plus c2. Then t is equal to what is c1 value? V max divided by alpha plus V max divided by beta. So which one I can take common? I can take the common of V max. So when I take V max common, then what I will get? 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. So take the LCM. Then what I will get the answer? T is equal to how much of V max into which one? Alpha plus beta divided by which one? Alpha into beta. Alpha into beta. Clear? From this, what is the value of V max? V max value is equal to alpha beta into t divided by alpha plus beta. So this is the expression for this one, maximum velocity attained by the car. Understood now? What is alpha? Uniform acceleration. What is beta? Uniform retardation. When alpha value, beta value given, then we can calculate the maximum acceleration. In this question, we can also calculate what is the total displacement also. So to calculate the total displacement, we know that what is the area under VT gravity gives us total displacement. So let me calculate that total displacement also. What is the total displacement of the car? Total displacement, so what is the point we know? Area under which graph? VT graph. Will gives us displacement or distance traveled in a given direction. Clear? So therefore, displacement S is equal to area under VT graph. Now can I divide the total area into two parts? This is one triangle if I call it as O, and this is A, and this is B, and this is C. So two triangles are there, OAC, and the next one is ABC. So total area is the sum of the area of this triangle and this triangle. So what about the area of the triangle formula? Half into, so base into height. What about the triangle OAC area given by, so half into base value T1 into height value Vmax. So Vmax into T. Similarly, what is the area of the triangle ACB? Half into base into height. So half into base value T2 and height value Vmax. Vmax into T. Therefore, what can I take common? 1 by 2 into Vmax is the common. When I take 1 by 2 into Vmax common, then what can I write? T1 plus T. What is T1 plus T2 value? T. T is the total line of journey. Then what I get S value? 1 by 2 into. Already we know Vmax value. Alpha beta into T by which one? Alpha plus beta. Into which one I will get T1 plus T2 is equal to T. So T into T, what I will get T square. So what, this is the expression for which one? No? Expression for the total distance traveled or displacement of the car. Distance traveled in a given direction or displacement. Both are same only. So we calculated by using area under area. Okay. So S value is equal to 1 by 2. Vmax is equal to alpha into beta into T by alpha plus beta. Displacement is equal to 1 by 2 into alpha beta into T square divided by alpha plus beta. Understood? So this is how to calculate the displacement. Even in this question we can also calculate what is the average velocity. So what is the formula for average velocity? Average velocity is the ratio of total displacement by total time period. What is the total displacement value? So 1 by 2 into alpha into beta into T square by alpha plus beta. So divided by time is T. Then what I get? 1 by 2 into alpha into beta into T divided by alpha plus beta. This is the total average velocity. Because why is there only T is there? So this total displacement is divided with the total time of journey T. So T cancel. Then I get 1 by 2 into alpha into beta into T divided by alpha plus beta. So understood now? Now this is also one of the important questions. So many times this question also asked. Here three things we calculated. We calculated the maximum velocity, we calculated the distance traveled in a given direction, and we calculated average. So this is the question number 50. The remaining questions will continue in the next class. Okay? What are the questions I left? That questions are, so try to solve it. Maximum simple questions only left. So that questions you try to solve it. Okay? Next class will continue the remaining questions of, so level 3. Thank you.